guys, Tracy here with another layout using the Rock Lobster kit and add-on from the Scraptastic Kit Club. I'm going to be, well, I'm just looking through my scraps here. I don't have many full pieces. Actually, I don't think I have any full pieces of paper left at this point, and so I pulled out this, I have lots of full pieces of cardstock though, so I pulled out this craft paper. I'm going to scrapbook this picture of me and my flip-flops, and I usually would save a picture like this for project life, but so many cute flip-flop themed products came in the Simple Stories I Heart Summer line that I just kind of wanted to scrapbook a full layout on this picture because I love these shoes, and I really, summer footwear is a huge thing that I look forward to every year, because I don't like wearing socks and the winter months are long here, so it's always really nice when you get to pull out your flip-flops and sandals. So that's what this one is about. Just using, that is a Studio Calico mask, and I love that mask, and I think it's the first time I've had a chance to use it. So I'm just cleaning it off with a baby wipe and drying it up with a piece of paper towel. The Mr. Huey's white mist, which is what I used on that one, is quite messy. It's old, and so my bottle is all leaky and stuff, so I always have to be careful that I clean up my hands really well, or else I get white ink all over everything. So also the white ink does tend to take a lot longer to dry than other colors, so I blasted it with my heat gun really good, and then I also blotted it with a paper towel just to speed up the process of drying. I'm going to use this Simple Stories wood plank paper, which is one of my favorite papers in the kit. I've been using it a lot for punching out shapes and stamping and cutting things out with, so I wanted to use it here as an actual paper. So I used my double embossed dotted lace punch by EK Success to make the rounded, the scalloped corners, and then that is a new punch by, well, it's probably not a new punch, but it's new to me, by EK Success, called a border frame. And then that last one that I did in the red is a Stampin' Up punch. It's called Decorative Label, and then I also used a Stampin' Up scalloped circle punch, but that's actually not going to make it onto the layout. So I have that I Heart Flip Flops card, and I'm going to make some banners here. I'm not going to end up going with the yellow. I thought it might be nice to have a high contrast color like that, but then I decided to go with the colors in the Simple Stories paper, and I had a couple of scraps left from some of that Simple Stories I Heart Summer paper from other layouts, and so I thought this would be a good way to get that used up, and it really looks good with that I Heart Flip Flops card because they're from the same line. Now I forgot to outline this background, this Simple Stories wood plank paper before I put it on, so I'm going to have to outline it later, but I'm going to outline the banner, and I'm also going to outline that decorative label shape that I cut out with my Stampin' Up punch, and I'm going to outline the card. I just find that outlining gives things definition, and it also kind of helps to finish them off. And I am going to outline the scalloped border. It's a little bit harder to outline a scallop than it is straight lines, but I like to take the time to do it anyways. So now I'm going to put some stuff down with my ATG adhesive. I've decided to layer a second banner strip here. It's going to be shorter and thinner than the other one, just for some added interest. I'm going to outline it so that they match nicely. And I just hand cut it. It's not entirely perfect, but I kind of like that look. Using some Stampin' Up dimensional foam dots. They're actually not dots, they're hexagons, but using those pop dots for some additional dimension. I like to do that on the ends of my banners just to keep them from sitting flat once the page is in the page protector. I'm outlining these punched shapes, and it does take a little bit of extra time to outline an intricate design like this, but I really like the finished look that it adds, and I'm going to show you a freeze frame of that in a second so you can see how it looks. There you go. And I'm going to play with those up in the top corner for a little bit, off and on, as I do the layout. I'll keep coming back to the corner. until I get it the way that I like it. So I'm just adding a couple of pieces of foam adhesive every here and there to help the edges stand up to give them dimension. Gonna stick down that photo. And now I'm taking some cardstock stickers from the Simple Stories I Heart Summer sticker sheet. And whenever I put those loose chevron elements on, I always put them on crooked and have to fix them afterwards. And then I saw the summer up at the top of that sticker sheet, the word summer, and I rarely use stickers for like already made sticker titles for titles, and I just thought I should really use that just for a change, because I almost always end up using thickers or stamps or something to do my titles. So I decided to use summer because it was, you know, obviously it's the right colors because it's from that collection. I want to call it summer footwear, and I thought about using those thickers, and I'm glad actually there were no A's, so I couldn't put the word footwear, and then there were no F's in the Jelly Bean. But I'm actually glad that those two didn't work out because I really like the look of these letters instead. So I'm going to use these crepe paper. They're from the Pier collection, and they're tile stickers. They're tile letter stickers, and they look like they're on like a little piece of marble tile or maybe sand, depending, I guess. And they're gold. The font is in a gold script, and it's really, really pretty. So I'm looking for some type of an element that I could layer this over, but I end up not layering it at all. So I'm going to play around with the idea of layering it over a variety of different things until I come to the decision that I just don't have anything that's gonna work. So I'm looking at those Ormolu banner flags, and I think that would look cute, but I just couldn't really make it work. I thought about putting it there, but it's kind of going to get lost there. So I decided to put it right under the word summer so that you don't have to look for the other half of the title, where it's quite a bit smaller and it blends in a little bit with the craft background. I wanted to put it right beside summer so that it would be obvious that the title is not just summer, but summer footwear. I'm going to use this heart border sticker because I love it, and I've been wanting to use it ever since I first got this kit. I'm just sticking stickers up in the corner onto a piece of wax paper. If you're wondering what I'm doing there, anything that I think has the potential to go up in the corner, I'm just sticking on a piece of wax paper up in the corner just to hang on to it so I don't use it somewhere else. Now I want to put some washi tape in that corner just to soften where the layer of the photo goes over that red decorative label. So I pulled out some gold chevron washi tape and I put it in two different places, one up on the photo and then the other one down there below the heart border. Then I picked out a arrow sticker that would just kind of draw your attention to the title, and I'm going to add more of those chevron elements that kind of point to the corner. And the problem I'm having here is that scallop circle is too similar to the color of the flip-flops, so I switched to the surfboard instead. I've been wanting to use the surfboards that came on the sticker sheet, and I don't surf, and so I was kind of struggling with how I would use it, but I think it looks good here beside the flip-flops, even though it's not a surfing related layout. So I'm not loving the color combo of those chevrons up in the corner, but before I'm done, I'm going to switch one of the chevrons with one of the other chevrons, and then I think that will bring it together a little bit better. I definitely want to put some type of dimension on this layout, but I can't really think of what it is, so I'm going to put the date. I just date stamped the year, not the month, because it's kind of irrelevant what day it was. It's just a random picture of my flip-flops, so I just put the year. And now I'm going to do some journaling here in the bottom right hand corner, and it just says, I love when I can finally bring out my summer flip-flops and sandals. And so I want to put some brads on for dimension, and so I'm just going to lay them out in some potential places. these are brads from the I Heart Summer collection, so they look really awesome with all of these papers. I didn't mean to, but it turns out that this layout is almost entirely I Heart Summer from Simple Stories. Just those words, those letter stickers, sorry, that spell out footwear are from the crepe paper collection. So that's the only non-Simple Stories product on this layout. So I'm just using a little paper piercer there to pierce holes so that I can put my brads in where I want them to go. I have never been a huge brad user until I subscribed to the Scraptastic Kit, uh, and I'm really enjoying using them. I've always had a lot of brads, but I've never really felt, I don't know, I've been lazy or something. I'm not sure. But they really are not as hard to use. They don't take up that much more energy than an enamel dot or something. So there you just saw me switch out those chevrons. It's funny how you have it in your mind that something is a big hassle when really it's not. So I'm just putting a couple of enamel dots. Those are actually not from this kit. They are from the Out on the Town add-on. And so this is it. You'll see some close-ups, and thanks so much for watching. This was a really quick one, so I had a lot of fun with it.